Howdy, how's it going, men and women, boys and girls of the internet? My name's Adam, and today we're going to be doing an in-depth review of this 2018 Chevy Silverado 1500 LT Crew Cab. We're going to be going in-depth through the exterior, interior, and finally we'll do a little test drive, and y'all can ride along with me. Hope y'all enjoy the video. To start off our review, we're going to be doing the exterior, and we'll start on the front end. This being the LT with the Texas edition, I'll get into that a little bit later. You have your HID bulbs, which are better than your standard halogen bulbs. You have the LED daytime running headlights, lights. You have a chrome front grille with your yellow bow tie, chrome bumper, this being an LT, kind of a mid-grade trim. You are given the fog lights, and this truck does not have the recovery hooks. Like I said earlier, this LT is equipped with one of Chevy's many packages they offer throughout their lineup, this being the Texas edition package. What that gives you is their convenience package. It gives you their mechanical G80 rear locking differential. It gives you a trailering package and some chrome exterior Texas badging on this Silverado. Moving from the front end, we're going to go to the side of this vehicle. Let's go down to our wheel and tire setup. We've got these 18-inch silver alloy wheels, bow tie in the middle, 6 lug. We've got street tires all the way around on this vehicle. They're Bridgestone 255 R17s. We've got the color matched mirror. We have one secondary blind spot mirror. That Texas edition badging. We've got these chrome steps that make it easy to get into the vehicle, even though this is a 2-wheel drive and it's pretty low to the ground, and it's got that rake up front. We just picked this truck up. My Nana just bought it. She traded in her 2018 Ford Mustang. I did a review on that a couple months ago. I'll put that at the end of this video for y'all to go watch it if you're interested. She bought it at Ford dealership in Bastrop. It was used. Quite a coincidence. This wasn't planned. My dad just traded in his 2017 Ram 1500 at that same dealership, but he got a Ford this time, so we'll be doing a video on that for sure. But moving back to this truck, the grandpa owned this truck. It has 30,000 miles on it. You'll see that when we get inside the truck. He did a few things. He really took care of it. From what I know, he did about 10,000 miles a year. And I mean, it got all its service, and it was babied, so we're fine. You have to excuse me, I'm a little shaky because it's 29 degrees out here in South Texas, well, Central South, and it's misting right now, so it's pretty cold. He got some tint on it. I'm assuming this is 25% in the front, and it looks about the same in the back and in the rear. You've got your color matched handles, door handles. You've got the easy cap filler. You just plug it in, you don't have to do any knob. These tires still got lots of tread on them. Frame's completely solid. It's just a little dirty. It's gonna be fine. It's only 3 years old. Now let's move to the back end. Moving on to the rear end of the truck. You know, you've got your typical yellow bow tie in the back, Silverado LT. This has a chrome rear bumper, and it has Chevy's signature steps to get into the bed. This truck does have the dampened tailgate, so it doesn't come slamming down. This truck doesn't have the spray-in bed liner, but it is a plastic added on liner, so you're not scuffing up your bed. Closing the tailgate. When you lock your vehicle, this truck's tailgate does lock with it, so if you had a cover, then you could keep stuff in here and not worry about it getting stolen or messed with. Let's move into the inside because I am freezing. This truck, being the LT, does have some upgrades, but you still don't get your key fob to where it's the touchless opening of the door. Looking at the door panel, being an LT, certainly upgrades. There's a mix of hard and soft touch surfaces. This being leather, it's still stiff but soft enough. This is a good armrest. This looks really nice. There's lots of storage in the door. Like I said, we've got that step, so it's really easy to get in the cab. This truck having the convenience package, it gives you power passenger and driver seats. This has the 10-way power. You can lift your seat up and down. You've got the lumbar support, and you can do all the adjustments you need. Being an LT, you do only have the cloth seats, and you have a center console that can also be flipped, and I'll show you in a sec, into a 6th seat in this pickup truck. Let's get in this truck. So we'll do the controls on the door panel first. You know, it's the typical controls for your mirrors. This thing does have power mirrors, has power locks. These are the controls for your windows. Then this is the child safety if you don't want anyone else rolling down the windows. Only the driver can do that. Coming up here, this truck does have the trailer tow package, but it doesn't have the brake controller. That would go right here. Also, this is a 2-wheel drive truck, so there is no 4-wheel drive. The full drive system knob would be somewhere right here. It does have the automatic light system if you want that. I tell her to leave it on auto. Coming to the middle of the steering wheel is leather wrapped. You've got your yellow bow tie in the middle. There's so many cars that keep driving by and are like, what the heck is going on? It's funny. Being an LT, you get the better infotainment system. I'll get to that in a sec, but you're not missing things on the steering wheel. Pretty much everything's here. All the options for your cruise is right here. This controls your cluster down there, and we'll actually go through that real quick. So you just use these controls right here. We have it set on miles per hour, but there's whole odds and ends of things you can go through. This truck, thankfully, still has analog gauges. It's not all digital. This Chevy has the upgraded infotainment system. It's the 8-inch Chevy MyLink system. Through this generation of GM products, the infotainment was the same in the Chevys, the GMCs. This vehicle is equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You just plug in one of the 2 USBs in the ports right there. I'm using an iPhone, so I would use Apple CarPlay. This vehicle, being the LT with the Texas edition, gives you the Bose sound system, which is a 6-speaker sound system in the cab that sounds really good. A good thing is that you have a touchscreen, but you also have lots of buttons and knobs. So just going through real quick, you know, you have your audio. Turn that off, don't want to get copyrighted. This truck does have Sirius XM. I'm not sure how long her subscription lasts, but it will last for a good amount of time. It also has dual zone climate control. Being the Texas edition, that does upgrade to that. So I have the heater on. You know what the dual zone climate control does. Then moving down here, being a 2-wheel drive, this turns on the light in the back to see in your bed, and then your traction control. Real simple. Then let's move on to the center console. I do like how this truck has a center console, but it does act as a 6th seat. So you have 3 spots to put, I was just putting soda cans in there. Good spot to put some coins, pens, whatever. Then in the upgraded units, this would be a wireless charging pad, but here you can just put a phone or something, and it's a good little divider for the driver and the passenger as an armrest spot. Opening this up, there's lots of storage. There's a 12-volt, 2 USBs, and an aux. Then I don't want to go any farther because I have a lot of stuff right here, but if you lift this up, it becomes a 6th seat. And then under this seat, you lift it again, you have another storage spot that's lockable, and Not many people know about that spot. And down here in the middle, you have this little tray to put something in. Then you have your 12 volt. And coming over to the passenger side, you have 2 glove boxes, something really nice that GM does. The top is lockable. This just has some papers and stuff in there. Then, of course, your more traditional bottom glove box. Now let's move to the back and see how your passengers are riding. Moving to the back, same door panel setup, mix of hard and soft touch surfaces. Again, a lot more storage space. I have the seat set to how I ride comfortably. I like how they give you these storage cubbies in both sides of the seats. Move the GoPro out of the way real quick. These seats lift up really easily and nice if you want to just have a flat surface to store stuff, or like we just have some things hiding under here. I'm going to go ahead and put that under there for her. Put this seat cushion back. So getting in the truck, this seat is all the way back and my feet are still not even touching. They're about to touch, but there's lots of room. There's some spots to store some stuff in the middle of this console here. There's one 12 volt. Then pulling this down, you've got your cup holders and another good armrest. So even the passengers back here have the nice conveniences. Okay, so we're going to be merging onto the highway in our 2018 Chevy Silverado. This truck is the 5.3 liter under the hood. I'll go ahead and give it a little bit of gas. Plenty of power. So this 5.3 liter has 350 horsepower and 383 foot-pounds of torque, and it's hooked up to GM's 6-speed automatic transmission. This being a 2-wheel drive truck and having street tires, it drives really nice actually. The steering is just good for me. I mean, it's easy, but it's very controllable. It drives really nice overall. Go ahead and turn back into the neighborhood now. The brakes are really good also. So that pretty much wraps up this review of this 2018 Chevy Silverado with the 5.3 liter Texas edition. Overall, it's a really good truck. It's going to treat us well. All right, thank you all for watching and have a nice night.